Guys, you're welcome to this other, I wanted to say episode, to yet another video where we discuss something interesting in the tech industry.
Yeah, we are discussing something that is impacting us as Zambians and something that we've been talking about. Like right now, Zambians are emotional about this topic.
Very emotional. I mean, even more emotional than a person who's just getting married.
Yeah,
and has been wanting to get married. I don't know why I'm talking about marriage, but yeah,
it's a sign. It's a sign.
It's not a sign.
It is.
No, bro. There is technology things to do. Marriage is not tech.
You can. Okay, I almost said that you can have a virtual wife.
Yeah, better.
That's a conversation for another day because I hear that people are dating AI nowadays.
Yeah, like me.
Okay, we'll talk about it next time. So guys, we are talking about the energy crisis in Zambia. 3 hours of electricity a day, and how is this affecting the tech sector? Loadshedding, ZESCO, powering the nation. Some people would say angering the nation.
Yeah.
But how is this anger affecting us in the tech space? So I'll start off with a question that I'd love even you, the audience, to answer in the comment section. How do you see load shedding in Zambia affecting the technology sector?
How do we see? Is that a question to me or the audience? Because okay, yeah, it's being put on the spot right now.
Yeah.
So how do I think ZESCO is affecting the nation? The nation when it comes to tech. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a digital era, and everything is dependent on power.
Yeah.
But when it comes to ICT, it's like the most affected of all the industries. It's different from when we say, okay, farming.
Yeah.
Because farming, maybe you just need fuel for a tractor, and it. I know they're talking about they're even using AI in farming. Yes, that's good, but you can still do farming without AI. You can still do farming without. You just need seed, eka kambwiri, and then you still get on with your farming. You can even do it manually. But then when it comes to the ICT industry or the tech industry, it's a whole different thing of where you can't do anything. Like you can literally do nothing. You can't do jack. I can't do anything when it comes to the tech space. And I think one of the most affected industries, the telecom sector, where they're highly dependent on. I know we say, okay, this network is not doing good, this network is not doing this, the network is slow, but one of the major contributing factors is ZESCO, or I don't know why, power.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, ZESCO, because it's the general,
Yeah.
But one of the main contributing factors is ZESCO, and we need to just honestly direct our energy towards that, because when that problem is solved is when we can start focusing on these other things. If we say this particular network is not serving us right, perhaps they have problems, right? Perhaps the network towers, and this is a reality we've seen from the research here that we did, Chims. The mobile money operators, they depend on power, by the way.
Yeah.
Mobile money operators, that's the agents. They depend on power to do their transactions because they need to charge their phones.
Yeah.
That's how it's affecting that. And then the providers themselves, if it could be Airtel, MTN, Zamtel, Z Mobile, they have towers.
Yes.
Those things need to be powered all the time. And dependence on ZESCO has just been a lot of work for them, to be honest. And so they have no choice but to, the service is affected, basically. The service is affected because they need to spend more. And I know, like you said in a previous conversation, there's the fact that there's the whole aspect of it's a $1 billion company, and it can afford to get to power the whole thing every day via a genset or something. But that is a cost because they need to maintain those gensets, and then they need to power the thing, constantly buy fuel for those things the whole day. Right now we are operating at, is it 2-3 hours? 3 hours a day. In that 3 hours is mostly at night. Like people are sleeping at night. Why are you giving me power? Why are you giving the company or the telecommunication company 3 hours at night when they need to power when people are productive in the day? See how that does not add up. There were statistics here. I don't know how much was that?
It is said that, I think this is according to Business Times, that mobile network operators spend over 46 million every month just on fuel to power the generators. Now, if you look at 46 million kwacha every month, that's a lot of money. And then, so you can see that this has affected the IT sector. And if these people are spending more just to power their generators, it means the cost is coming down to us, the consumers, the customers, the people who are using the actual services. So this is also now affecting us as people. And this is something that he talked about, people who say that these network service operators are very big companies with a lot of money. But looking at this amount of money that we've just mentioned, do you think it's viable for a company to be spending such much on just a component of their service provision? Then what about the money they pay workers? What about every other business activity that they conduct that requires them to be spending money on it? Do you think these companies will be profitable? And I would say no. So basically it's affecting us in that way. And for network, I think one of the reasons why our networks are slow is because towers would basically work like, for those that maybe do networks, you know about how routing works and how the data packets can be switched between different routers depending on which one is more congested, so that they just get to you. Now imagine if one router is off and data is traveling, it means it cannot be routed to these other routes because they are off technically, because the router there is off. So in the process, we are experiencing slow networks because now the congestion is high, because not everything is on and powered at a particular time. So
yeah, that's so interesting. We've focused a lot on the network, right?
Yeah.
But if we're being honest, everything in the tech space, and it's not just restricted to the network,
no,
but everything. It could be a student studying, it could be at a school. They need the computer lab to be operating for them to study, for them to do their research, for them to do all those things, right? And it's also affecting technology in business spaces. It could be data centers. Those things need to constantly be on, right? And if we do not have power, that's another loss. That's just another loss.
And you've done well to bring up data centers, because right now as a country, I think we are advocating to keeping our data within the country, because if we talk about cloud computing, a lot of companies that are using the cloud are obviously using companies that are out there,
Zambia.
not in Zambia. So it can be in Israel, it can be in the US. So basically, when we try to promote our companies to be providing data and cloud computing services, we have a lot of companies that are doing that, then it means these data centers are going to need power 24/7 to be on, because now we'll be experiencing things where if people are hosting maybe websites or using a service within the country and they are off, it means those websites will be down.
Definitely. So at this point, we can safely say we're sort of lucky to have we're hosting some of our things out of Zambia, because I mean, and it would be a bad idea for you to get like a local host. Like right now, this is like the worst time, if we're being honest, because you get it and then it's a loss, because the place, it will be a whole power problem, and then they won't be providing you your data. But on to the next. Aliko Dangote visited Zambia for a discussion with our president on bettering, is that a word? Bettering on the improvement of the economy, or sparing, just the improvement of the Zambian economy in different different sectors. What do you think about that?
Okay, like from the meeting and the video that I saw, he also emphasized on electricity and power, and he said that the economy is dependent on electricity. So for him, he said he wants to invest in the energy sector So by generating power using coal. So he talked about the alternatives, which are green energy solutions that Zambia is focusing on, like solar. Because right now, guys, Kulima solar companies. But then he said these are good, but then solar is kind of dependent on the weather. Like we've observed,
Yeah.
people who've installed solar systems in their homes, you know that they don't charge when it's not a very sunny day. So that as well. So he's talking about investing in coal, and he says Zambia's got a lot of coal deposits, and we mine coal and export every raw material. But then we can focus now as a country on producing finished products. But then how are we going to build industries that can produce finished products from raw materials if we don't have electricity? How can Zambian youths engage in online businesses and online trade if they do not have electricity? Because for them to trade online, they need electricity. They need to charge their phones so that they can create content to advertise. They need to be responding to customers and clients. All that is dependent on electricity. So basically, I feel like it's a move that a lot of Zambians welcomed. A lot of people politicized it, but I don't want to politicize it. We need a solution as a country, and if somebody offers a solution, we have to open up our arms. That's how I feel about the whole meeting.
Okay. Well said. I do not have any comment on that. That's been all said by him. Yeah, I think it was a good meeting and very relevant. There's a high potential. We might be doing better as a country in I don't know how many years. I'll probably be dead by then. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just being realistic. I'm just joking. But yeah, integration with the power sources that we have right now. We're depending on hydro, right?
Yeah,
hydro electricity. But then integration of all the systems that we have can also boost the well-being or the electricity production in the country. Imagine having the coal produced electricity, the solar produced electricity, the hydro produced electricity, and whatever other
even
source.
wind.
It could be wind, green, whatever. But then it works perfectly as it is. But if we integrate it all in one thing, I think it works better that way, and it's easily manageable. You mentioned how solar is dependent on the weather, but if we have it integrated, that means we will barely notice, that fluctuation or that difference in when the weather is not doing well.
Yeah, and back to networks, they've also been trying to implement hybrid systems that can provide backup with solar and generators, and also using ZESCO power, so alternating between all the three. But there are only a few towers that are doing that right now. Right now, most are dependent on generators for their backup power. And the minister even said this in parliament. He said a lot of our network infrastructure is dependent on generators, which are kind of not so much sustainable looking at the amount of hydro electricity we are receiving from ZESCO. So a combination of an integration and hybrid of all forms of energy that we can need can be something that can work for the country.
Yeah.
And talking about energy, I think, again, guys, the population of the country has grown. That's one thing. A lot of industries are born in Zambia every day, and with more demand, we need more supply. So the same amount of hydroelectricity that ZESCO was producing 10 years ago cannot sustain the country today. And this is something that we need to consider. A lot of industries are working, and as much here we are emphasizing on the fact that we need electricity for this, we need electricity for this, we need electricity for this, meaning we need more supply. So we need all these solutions to come together. Because even if you look at, I read something about China, and it said that they have got the biggest hydroelectric power station in the world. Is it a power station? Yeah.
The whole system.
Yeah.
The hydropower system.
Yeah, like the biggest in the world, and yet it doesn't even power up much of the country. Because if you look at China, China is a whole developed country that is dependent on energy. Like they've got AI there, they've got all these industries. So now, when I was looking at that, I was like, if we had that station in Zambia, no one would even be crying right now.
Yep.
But then we are looking at a country that needs more energy, and then that clicked in my mind, and I was like, Zambia needs more energy right now.
Definitely.
So we
as
need,
the population grows, definitely, we also need to scale. That is, and remember last time I always say this, like we need to just see things. Some things you need to know that people are giving birth, people are getting pregnant.
data. That's why every is it every 10 years when we count census?
Yeah, we need to
that
make use of the data we have. And I know with maybe the country, politics gets in the way. No, there was that regime, they had their plans. There's this regime, we have our own plans. But if these things are put aside,
it's your
and we plan ahead, it's your ex. And we plan ahead, we wouldn't be having these conversations, because money is, because if you saw these things and started investing in
10 years ago,
in scaling this electricity, the electricity systems that we have in Zambia, I think we wouldn't have been here, would have been doing better. Yeah.
So I think with Dangote, very good move. I think ZESCO right now, as is one company in charge of powering the nation, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
I think we need more players in the game. Imagine if Zamtel was the only company providing network services in the, we would be on 2G right now. Would be on 2G
and complain all we want. Oh yes, and nothing would happen.
But because there were competitors that came into the game, and Airtel, MTN, they've got 5G, and Zamtel is like, guys, we can't be on 4G. They have 5G. These Airtel, MTN, eSIM, Zamtel decides, okay, let's also do eSIM. Airtel, MTN, this, Zamtel, that.
And if you notice the trend, Zamtel is never the first one.
It's the competitors.
It's never the first one. I've just that has just clicked.
Yeah,
like they're just following.
They are following.
Yeah, and that's the narrative that needs to change, right?
From
you're the ones that
you have to be the trailblazer.
Definitely, you need to be the one leading. It might not be it might not be the Zamtel, might not be the government. I haven't taken a look at. I haven't done my research. Might not be the government. It may be privately owned right now, whatever. But what we're saying is, because its roots is Zambia, and so it should sort of Zamtel. It should live up to its intelligent, not Zamtel. Yeah, basically, we should sort of have that theme of where, okay, I haven't, like I can safely say, please tell me if I've never come across, but I haven't come across anything where Zamtel is leading when it comes to maybe innovation. It's always something that either MTN or Airtel are done first. Foreign companies.
And with the new entrant, I think the competition is stiffer. Like these for now, they've made the game. Yeah. But then people are complaining that we've got all this competition and yet we don't see improvement.
Yeah, perhaps if we solve the power problem first, we'll see. Because right now it's like a whole general thing that everyone is complaining about. Perhaps we'll see who's really the best once the power issue stabilizes. But yeah, going back to the power thing, if we had more competitors, maybe perhaps it would be better. Yeah, so that's that. That's the conversation. Guys, let us know what you guys think. In the organization, so it's always definitely always, if you have anything that we've left out, feel free to let us know in the comment section. Yeah, anything that you'd like us to discuss here at the Tech Convo. Remember, here we break down information for everyone to assimilate. It's food for everyone. Tech is for everyone, and so we want to strive to just make it a fun thing where everyone is able to understand, at least at the basic level, what tech is all about.
And thank you for the support. The last video we uploaded, the last long form video.
Yeah.
You know, twice. Hey, no, there's lots. Yeah. The last video did real good. And the good and boss. At its table, yes, yeah.
So thank you guys for your support. Yeah, we're doing things. We're doing good things.
Yeah, we hope that we are yet to hit a K on a long form video.
Yeah.
But we can do it. With you sharing, we can do it.
Yeah. So hope this goes a long way.
Yeah, hope. If this reaches a K, I'll be like,
I wanted to say I'll give you guys something, but we'll see.
I'll power the leadership for you. Power the leadership for you. Huh?
Me promise something.
Let me something when you was it so. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. For watching. Peace out. Please make sure to subscribe. You see.